Nissan Stadium in 2018 has been a den of doom. The world champions, Philadelphia, took a defeat here in Nashville, and it's the AFC champion, New England Patriots, and Tom Brady who go down. Henry bounces it outside, 5, 10, 15, stiff arm, touchdown! Titans, 99 yards! What a run! Derrick Henry! The Titans gave it all they had tonight. It was going to be an uphill climb, and they just didn't have enough. And now the 2018 Indianapolis Colts, who come to Nashville and defeat the Titans 33-17.
I'm just disappointed for the players that put a lot into this and the coaches. We got to do a better job and try to figure out how to take the next step.
You work all off season and all season for games like this and to come out with a win, but we came up short.
The first thing is disappointment for our fans, most especially our players, and then it's how do we improve? It's immediately how do we put ourselves in a better position to win our division and host home playoff games. I think that we played well at times. There was times that we did what we wanted to do, played how we practiced and prepared, and then there were just too many times where we didn't.
It was a new coaching staff, several new players on the team, and really faced some adversity throughout the course of the season, but had a really good home record and finished with a winning season. And it was our third winning season in a row, but going into the 2019 season, knew there were things that we were going to need to build on.
We try to improve and figure out how we become more consistent and how do we take a good season and then how do we try to make it a great season the following year.
Let's go. I want it out, run it.
If you scout Jon Robinson, you know a place he does a lot of scouting is at the Senior Bowl.
Run it out, run it, yeah, run it. Ooh.
Why is it that so many Titans have been guys who were Senior Bowl participants?
Well, I think it's a chance for us to come down and evaluate, the best versus the best, for a week down here in Mobile.
So when we go to the Senior Bowl, it's really our first exposure to them in a one-on-one interview setting. That's a 4 or 5 day long job interview down there in Mobile, and it's a daily grind where they've got to go and whatever teams are coaching the game, they've got to install with the defensive or offensive or kicking game plays. They might have media obligations. They go to practice. They have interviews in the afternoon. Are they just ready to handle themselves as a pro?
I want it out.
I think that John and I have a chance to visit with a lot of these players for 30 or 40 minutes sometimes, where at the Combine you may only get 15 minutes.
I think that's the one thing that we try to come away with is trying to spend time with those players, getting to know them as people, their background, where they came from, why they chose the university they chose, what was that experience like, and just getting to see if they're going to be a good fit within our organization.
Run it, yeah, run it, hey, I want it all. Everything looking grand, got me feeling like the man. I never let this moment out my hand. Got me feeling like the man, like the man, feeling like the man, like the man.
So the Combine process, when we get to that portion of the off season, it's our first exposure certainly to the underclassmen.
I think that's a testing element. I think that's a big part of what the Combine is, and it measures a player's speed, a player's power, his explosion, and then you get to visit with him. I don't really have a list of questions that I write down to talk to the player about, just try to engage in a conversation and see if this is somebody that we'd like to investigate and work with further.
So when you go to the Combine, I wouldn't say you have any preset notions of players that I'm going to talk to, I want to make sure that I focus on these, 14 guys or 15 guys. There's certainly the players that we have graded higher that we think, where we're picking, we may be within striking distance to add those players. So you may pay a little more attention to those players or spend a little bit more time or try to with those players. But our eyes are really wide open there. Again, it's another piece, it's another job interview piece for these guys, and it's an extremely important part of the roster building process.
Like the man, feeling like the man, like the man, feeling like the man.
Stage where college football's elite will await their name being called by the commissioner.
A lot of things went wrong for them in 2018. And at this point, you wonder where they go on their board because there's a lot of ways to go depending on how they feel.
Jeffrey.
Shaking up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know what? Offensive line would make
Jon Robinson with the Tennessee Titans. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm going to be doing better here in a little bit. We're about to make you a Titan.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy tonight, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to get up there.
See you, big fella.
All right, see you.
Bye-bye. Every hero needs staying busy. Sit on the throne and you can never move it. I hear my destiny is calling. So say hello to the...
With the 19th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Jeffrey Simmons, defensive tackle, Mississippi State.
We're trying to improve every phase of the organization. And I think that's the goal, is that we want to do a better job in player acquisition. I think the one thing I always appreciate with John is he'll look at me or the position coach and he'll say, is this somebody that you'd like to coach? Is this a guy that you want to look at for 6, 7 months, 8 months of the season and coach him every day? Every team has needs, and there's always great players available, and it's just kind of the fit for you at the time that you draft.
The Tennessee Titans select Nate Davis,
A.J. Brown,
Amani Hooker.
When you're looking at need versus best player available, that's always kind of a quandary that most every team goes through. At the end of the day, I think the most important thing is that you come away with a player that's going to be able to, whatever role you've identified him to come into, for him to be productive at it and to be a productive member of the team and community. Being a guy like we talked about who we can count on. This season, we're talking about going from good to great, which I would say over the past, certainly last season and the previous 2 seasons, those were all good seasons. But we want to move the needle. We want to go from being known as a good football team to being a great football team and organization.
I think that we have to, what we're all hired to do is to win championships, is to find a way to be great and not be good.
I think it starts with believing. If you don't believe you can do something, it's going to be hard for you ever to achieve that. Second, in my opinion, is effort and details. You've got to put the work in. There's no task that's too small. Thirdly is finish. It's about going the extra mile and all the hard work that we've put into it.
We're going to play with great effort and finish. And to do that, you have to be conditioned. We're going to finish longer than the guy with the ball on offense. We're going to go full tilt to the tackle on defense. We're going to play penalty-free aggression on special teams. We're going to learn the details to be able to bring the picture to life and help the player do his job better in order to help the team.
So how do we go from good to great? We got to believe, we got to put in the effort, and we got to finish.